Straight the camera.
You looking good, bro. What's going on, family? I'm Dave Jones. This Uncle Cal in the building. What's up, sir?
What's up, baby?
How you doing, man? Happy Father's Day to you, man.
Man, happy Father's Day to you, sir, man. It's a blessing, bro. Man, I'm
Yes,
so
sir.
humble, man. It just be the smallest thing, man, since we've been doing this show, man. And, it's like a reflection you do, man, because with me, I tell you, I like to be as real with people as I possibly can. And it just constantly, what I'm saying, makes me examine myself, man, and constantly try to, man, because you can't be good for others if you ain't good for yourself, man. So it's been putting a lot of pressure on me to just really, deal with Cal in some of them hard areas. You know what I'm saying, baby?
Woo. Yes, sir. That's good. That's slide right into the topic that I want to get into today that'll help us. And that is the reasons why we hate. There are so many times when I look at social media and things of that nature, and I just look at how we just hate on each other. And I'm like, I had to dig in why I've done it in the past, why people are doing it now, and more importantly, how that actually affects our ability to become the person that we wish we could be. So let's get it.
Wow.
I'm Cal and Dave Jones are the host of the show. We living in some difficult times, as most of us know. Let's lift each other up and put down the straps. If you didn't know, the name of the show is called Rap.
All right, here we go. So our goal is ultimately to willingly respond as people should. How do we respond in situations so we can better ultimately help our lives? And today, as we're discovering a topic for today, it's like, how many of us have seen so much hate that's out there in the world? It's just a lot of bitterness and critiquing and criticizing about what other people are doing with their life and how they should and should not do what they doing. It's almost like we all just are spectators of criticism. And I started to ask myself, why have I even in the past hated or talked about somebody as opposed to the opposite, which is to love and to provoke them to do better? Like, what is it that's inside of us that causes us to hate so we can really get a hold on this type of thing?
Man,
Is that something you noticed, bro?
man, this is a deep topic, man. I think this is gonna help a lot of people because if anybody want to be honest with themselves talking about this, man, you gotta say to yourself, you just said negative things about somebody that ain't becoming or ain't, what I'm saying, even you, if you're not a negative hating person. And that's just something we all can relate to and touch on and even deal with ourselves on because, man, this is something that's much needed, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's much
Yes,
needed
sir.
topic for us to really touch on and deal with when it comes to dealing with ourselves, man. I love this one today, bro.
All right. So our ultimate goal in this is to stop the hate and tell you how this is ultimately what the alternative is figuring out how to love and push other people through, but also that's going to be for your benefit or our own benefit to stop this process. Just a real quick story of mine. I would notice when I would look through social media back in the day or times I was going through rough seasons in my life, I would look at somebody else and what they were doing. Right. And I would sit there, let's just say it was in one area I used to work on is in music. Right. And I would sit there and I would judge other people's music that's already out, that's already producing. And I would give my assessment, my negative critique or hate on it. Oh, wow, that ain't good. Why are people listening to this or whatever? And this has happened in all areas of my life. I've done this before just to be transparent, but just to
That's
give
real.
one to paint a picture like that ain't good. Why would somebody listen to this? We joked the other day when we was on the phone, like we'd have destroyed so many people's careers. If they'd came to us and asked us to review this song before they went out and put it on the track, it'd have been a lot of people who make it in their life that never would have made it if they asked me, right? You know
Right. That's it.
because I had something negative that to say about what it is that they were doing. And ultimately, what I figured out is it was stopping me and my ability in my music production or my focus in that because ultimately what was happening, I was setting a bar
So
for
high.
what is acceptable, what other people should like, and also I had to make it to that standard of quality before I could even put something out. So any new ideas that I wanted to test, that I wanted to try, that I wanted to put it, if it didn't automatically become better than what was actually working out in the industry, then I couldn't put it out. I left no room for myself to try anything, right? Because I created a passion for perfection because I set the standard of what people should talk about.
Wow.
And if I put it out, I gave them the right. I agree. You should talk about me because it ain't perfect yet.
Man, this is so good because what I'm hearing is you saying, and a lot of people are doing this, you becoming your biggest enemy.
Mm-hmm.
You setting the bar so high from what you saying is not acceptable to the point where it's like you critiquing yourself just as hard because you setting the bar like, okay, this ain't good enough for them, so mine's got to be better. Then what it do, it holds you back because it put a stronghold on you to say, I ain't sure if this is good, and I've been the one bashing everybody's stuff. So it stops you from being able to move ahead in your own, you know, in your what you working on, man. So
100%.
man, that is so good. And man, to go a little deeper, that is what causes a lot of people not to try and leaving their jobs and chasing the vision that God put on their heart to do, to start that business, you know what I'm saying, to believe in relationships. Man, that this runs so deep, man, because when you have that negative stigma about yourself, or you have such negative things to say about something, then you don't want. I'm gonna use a perfect scenario. Ooh, God just dropped this in my spirit. Betty Wright came out with that song. Betty Wright came with that song.
Oh, I know her song.
Man, what's the name of that song? Where she was talking about leaving the man.
Yeah, yeah, I'm trying to get it.
Man, and then she came back with a different song where she took him back. I can't, man. Okay. I bet you somebody in our comments is gonna tell us the
right.
But it was deep because that's what people often do. They, especially a lot of women, they dog their girl out. Girl, she with that fool. He ain't working. He this. Oh, girl, he cheating. He doing that. He doing this and that. I'd rather not have a man at all than to have a piece of man and this, that, and the third. And then they look up and then they find themselves getting in a relationship and they scared to put it out that they in a relationship because they dog stuff out so much that they trying to watch which way this relationship go because they don't want to find themselves in a position where they're everything that they dogged out somebody else was. Right. So they got to make sure this guy ain't cheating. They got to make sure he getting money. They got, you know, they putting so much of a hard,
right,
you know what I'm saying, a hard responsibility on themselves as to what they willing to expect or not accept. Right. I mean, that they don't even really want to get in a relationship because they set a bar for so high for themselves, dogging situations out that they can't even.
So like you saying, I did want like the weaknesses that they pointed out to their girl. Like you shouldn't take that from him because when you find somebody that you resonate with, that you want to attract to, what happens is you identify some of them same weaknesses that you told your friend they shouldn't accept.
Right.
And so because you see that, it's impossible for you to bring that person around. So you got to hide your relationship. You got to hide this. If I'm saying somebody you can, and there's no perfection in anybody.
Right.
So so now you can't even come out and be comfortable with it because we've been in a position to protect our own lack of relationship and companionship that we can't even go ahead and be who we are for the person that could take us to the next level in life.
Man, let me tell you something, bro. Speaking on this topic here, man, and I like to use myself like Jesus as a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think, man, this is what everybody need to do, but they don't do because I ain't putting everybody up in my personal business, and I'm not big on that either. But if somebody don't let everybody know that they understand this stuff, we not helping each other grow to get to the next level.
Yeah.
Because experience and things you go through in life is what caused you to be better going into the next situation. May it be whatever.
Yeah.
Business, relationships, your first child to your second child. You learn so much off your first child to be better with your second child to the point where it makes you a better parent.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, just moving forward with this thing, man, I learned so much with just dealing with business, dealing with relationships, you know what I'm saying? Correcting myself, understanding where I'm weak, where I'm strong, what I did wrong in the last relationship, what I did in the last business, what I didn't learn about the last business that I need to know in the next business. Because these are the things that keep you going. If you don't learn and check yourself in the things that you did wrong, or even look back at what you did wrong, all it's gonna do is build negative stigma. You know what I'm saying? Because all you're gonna do is you so miserable in your own failures that all you can do is hate on the next person because you mad you didn't succeed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I was talking to one of my nephews about that, man, because I gave him a tow truck when I shut the building down on Davidson, when I shut the car shop down. And I said, listen here, bro, this what you don't need to do, nephew. I said, most people, when they fail out of business or they choose to walk away from a business or they feel like it's not nothing they choose to do no more, the last thing somebody is doing is trying to build you up when they feel like they failed. Because I don't like, you know what I'm saying? People are like, well, you own the business, you got all this equipment, you got everything, you're gonna sell it and walk away with it, such and such. That's neither here nor there. I ran the business for 13 years. I got the post office contract. I can tell you a million things that I did right, but the bottom line is I'm not running the business no more. I got the fight knocked out of me. I don't feel like I did my best in the business. So I felt like I failed at it. So like I told him, moving forward, most people ain't trying to take stuff from their business and watch you grow, but I did that.
Right.
Because I failed don't mean I want to see you not win. I still want to see you win. So don't take the truck and don't pay me on the tow truck and different things that you know is foul because you feel like, oh, Unc don't need it no more. He ain't running. No, bro. Most people gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna shut the business down. I'm selling everything, and whoever got the money, that's what I'm selling to. They're not giving you nothing and say, hey, just pay me on this as you can. But that's the type of heart I got, man. Because I know that if I take time to look at my failures, it's something in that I did wrong. 100%. And I'm going to learn from that and move on to the next business and do it better. So I don't have that negative energy in me. I don't have that, oh, I failed. I have that, hey, I'm going to dust myself off, get up, and I'm going to do it better next time. And that's why it's so hard for me to have that hating energy. But to tap into what you're saying, because we all got to be real, I have been in positions where things ain't work out for me and somebody in my crew or different people, you know what I'm saying, did better. And then I'll say little negative, you know what I'm saying, things that ain't becoming to seeing their growth.
Right.
But see, a lot of that has to do with the people you running with, the type of people you have around you, the positive or negativity you have around you that makes you feel that's acceptable. You can't keep that around you. If you don't have people around you to make you feel that saying negative or hating things are acceptable, then it's easy to hurry up and get yourself in check because you got so much positivity around you that you say, oh, come on, Unc, you can't look like it. Oh, come on, bro. Oh, come on, homie. You can't look at it like that, bro. You know, you got it. So that's another big thing when it comes to hating. You got to look at the company you keep because you got a bunch of haters around you talking negativity and you allowing that to enter into your spirit and you talking that, then you become that.
Right. 100%. It's so many things. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons because I dove into this myself because I evaluate or I vet myself for behaviors that I do that are not producing what I want. Anybody who's trying to grow, this is what you're saying. You always got to self-evaluate and self-audit to make sure what am I doing that I thought could be good for me that's not. And so I really start like, why would I hate on somebody? Why is it that I speak negative if I don't like somebody's outfit? If I'm saying like they spend a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about what they spending, how they spending. If I see some relationship that look like they're going through, if I pointed it out, like what would cause a person to do that? What would cause me to do that? So after I did evaluation, and anytime I even make a mistake and do anything like that where I hate, and I'm gonna tell you the opposite of hating and what we need to do. But I came up with 3 reasons categorically why it is that you hate. So if you are a person that write negative comments in social media about people, you're a person that sit there and gossip about other people. Let me tell you the only reason that you would criticize or you would hate on somebody else, period. Number 1, we criticize so it'll distract us from our own problems.
Woo.
That's number 1. If we got some stuff going on in our life, we need to be distracted from it. So we look for somebody else. And to sedate us, doing worse, to sedate us from the things that we know that we are avoiding that we need to fix. Number 2, especially when we talk about people who hate on people who got money, it distracts you from the lack that you have, whether it be a lack of money, be a lack of relationship. It's like, I don't have it. So I got to find something wrong with your Louis bag. I got to find something wrong with your man. I got to find something wrong with your purple car. It's got to be something wrong with the thing that you have that I actually want to possess. So you got it. So I'm going to figure out what I nitpick about it to tell you I don't like it. Even for some of us, I've seen this. My dad has a great story. It was a season in his life. It was 6 years that they couldn't have kids. God is blessing that they have 5. But in their struggle to figure out how to have the kids, he started saying, man, I don't want kids. Kids too bad. Kids ain't this. So you start to distract yourself from your own lack and you start to downplay the very thing that you want. And here's a quick tip before I get to the third thing. We cannot attract what we resent. So the thing that you know that you want, you cannot attract that thing if you're talking about it. So if you're talking about anybody with a man, anybody with a woman, anybody with money, if you're talking about them, you can't attract what they have because we told ourselves we don't want it. And then the last thing is to justify ultimately your weakness. It's to justify why I'm not where I am, right? If they then so it's kind of like what we said earlier. If I can point out all the flaws that they have, I'm good. I ain't as bad as they are. Right. And this is why we search for bad news on television. This is why we search for negative gossip, so we can have our own justification of where we are and we can sedate ourselves from addressing the issues that we have. But let me tell you the detriment about all this. While we're so distracted at hating other people and sedating ourselves from our weakness and things of that nature, again, we not only are we setting the bar for ourselves, we're in a position that we are just locked out of focusing on something because we bake a rhythm of paying attention to other people's things that we have no time to fix the problems that we have. So we stay stuck. We stay stuck. We stay stagnant. We stay procrastinating because too much of our behavior has baked in us to dictate or criticize somebody else and what they're doing in their life. And we just become the ultimate spectator, period.
Man, that's a wrap. So from Uncle Cal, stop the hating. Stop all that hate, baby. It ain't getting us nowhere, baby. Let's come together and build each other up.
Yes, sir, man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, you done turned it up and I done turned it down. I'm in a white tee, baby, and you looking
right.
fly, man.
Right, I'm trying to catch up, bro.
It's a gun show over there, baby.
Check him out. Check him out.
All right, man. I appreciate this one, man. This blessed my spirit, man. Man, this was good, man. You was preaching today, Doc.
Yes, sir, man.
Today, man.
Yes, sir. We've done. It's a wrap. We've got to really respond as people should. The opposite of hating is to figure out how to encourage or compliment. Just practice that today. Get in somebody's comments and that you would have knocked off and said they wasn't nothing. Figure out how to compliment, find the good in it, and practice that rhythm. And you'll be learning to get out your own way so you can focus and have comfortability fixing the things that we all struggle with. That's
and
right,
to just speak on something on a more positive note, on complimenting and not hating and just building each other up. Man, listen, I went to church yesterday, man. I went to Brother Darby's church like I was telling you I was gonna do. When I did a live, you know what I'm saying? And man, listen to me, bro. I seen so many of my old church members, man, in good spirits, looking good, living good, happy, man. Someone walked up to me and just hugged me and embraced me and told me how they love the show, man. It just gave me everything I needed, man, to keep going, bro. And that's what we need, man. We need just build each other up, man. I woke up today with feeling so energized, bro, and so ready to get out here and get to it, man. And I just want to thank everybody, man. I'm getting phone calls, inboxes. I'm seeing people and they just grabbing a hold to me and just talking to me. I want to tell y'all thank you because it's taking me to a place where God been calling me so long to get to and just try to. I got so many stories that it's gonna come out, man, from stuff that people go through and everything we go through is for somebody else. About when I was just in the streets, man. It's just gonna get greater and better from here, man. We love y'all. Keep building us. We're gonna try to keep building y'all. Dave, you looking good, brother. I'm proud of you. I love you, man.
Likewise, man. It's a wrap.
Cal and Dave Jones are the hosts of the show. We living in some difficult times, as most of us know. Let's lift each other up and put down the stress. If you didn't know, the name of the show is called Rap.